News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
There will be no competency exam for a double murder suspect. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning for Thursday, April 14th, 2016. Right now, the sky's cloudy. We've had some overnight rain. Roads are mostly bare and wet right now, 39 degrees in Missoula. And our newscast this morning, sponsored by Bulls Eyewear, where they offer some of the lowest prices in town on contact lenses. See Lynette at Bulls Eyewear, 2910 South Reserve. A federal judge has denied a request from prosecutors to conduct a competency exam on the teenage suspect at a double slaying on Montana's Crow Reservation. Prosecutors had sought the exam to determine if 18-year-old Jesus Denise Mendoza of Moreland, Wyoming, is fit to stand trial in the shooting deaths of Jason and Tana Shame. U.S. District Judge Susan Waters denied the exam request in an order issued Tuesday. The order was sealed by the court, making the judge's rationale unknown. Mendoza's defense attorneys opposed the exam and said there was no indication he was incompetent. The defense reserved the right to ask for an exam in the future, though. Authorities say Mendoza killed the Shanes and wounded their daughter in July after they stopped to help him along a road near the town of Pryor. Missoula police responded to two separate calls Tuesday morning, according to Public Information Officer Travis Welsh. The first call came in around 7:30 involving an aggravated burglary.
18-year-old female who had entered a residence without permission and assaulted the complainant's daughter, who was also 18. The suspect, who was identified as Sabrina Willis, and the complainant's daughter were known to each other, and there was some kind of a dispute over an ex-boyfriend. There was a violent act committed once the entry was made unlawfully.
The morning got even more busy for police when they responded to a call involving a car crash.
A male had crashed into several parked vehicles near the intersection of South 5th and Catlin. Officers responded and made contact with 33-year-old Tyler Adkins. Adkins was subsequently arrested for a DUI and possession of dangerous drugs, as well as other traffic offenses, and he was taken to jail.
Adkins and Willis both appeared in Justice Court yesterday. An appeals court has upheld the prison sentence of a former Chippewa Cree tribal chairman. Bruce Sunchild was sentenced last year to 34 months in prison after he pleaded guilty to theft, accepting a bribe, and income tax evasion. Sunchild sought a lighter sentence, saying the prison term imposed was unreasonable and he was a minor player in the crimes. A Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals panel of judges rejected his argument yesterday. The judges say Sunchild's role was small but critical because of his position in the tribe. Prosecutors say Sunchild accepted a $25,000 vehicle as a bribe after authorizing $300,000 in payments to a consulting company run by a Havre businessman. His case was part of a wide-ranging investigation into corruption on the Rocky Boy Indian Reservation. The Lawyer Code of Ethics encourages all attorneys to donate up to 50 hours a year of free pro bono services. Pro bono is determined when a lawyer represents a client without a fee. Montana Supreme Court Chief Justice Mike McGrath explains how many hours lawyers in Montana are donating.
One of the things that we do is we collect that information. Lawyers fill out reports each year in terms of how many hours they've donated, and we put that together in a report. Last year, statewide, we had lawyers that donated 143,000 hours of free services.
According to McGrath, Missoula is one of the better communities in the state in terms of providing free services.
In the Missoula area, lawyers donated 22,000 hours of free legal services last year alone. It's a very substantial contribution to the communities. The problem is it's not enough to meet the legal needs that are out there for particularly low and moderate income individuals.
McGrath says they'll be asking the legislature to add a district judge in Missoula and possibly Kalispell to address the justice gap in Montana. The Senate Indian Affairs Committee has issued a subpoena to force the Environmental Protection Agency to testify at a field hearing on a Colorado mine spill that fouled rivers in the West last summer. Republican Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming and Democrat John Tester of Montana approved the subpoena yesterday. The document orders EPA Administrator Gina McCarthy or Assistant Administrator Matthew Stanislaus to testify at the April 22nd hearing in Phoenix. Barrasso and other Republicans have threatened to force McCarthy to testify, but backed down after the EPA said it will make Stanislaus and another high-ranking official available. The Corvallis Public School District has a levy request in place for May 3rd. Superintendent Tim Johnson explained why the levy is being requested and what would be done if the fact if the levy is passed.
Our goal as a public school district is to maintain high-quality instruction in the classroom. So our focus starts in maintaining those programs as a priority first, and it moves out from there. We do have a plan for, should the levy pass, and improving and reestablishing some of these programs that we've found were valuable, the maintenance issues that we've deferred for 6-7 years, making sure we get those projects back on track.
According to Johnson, the average homeowner will see a property tax increase as a result of the levy.
For the assessed property values of $100,000, it's about $4 a month or $46 a year. For a $200,000 assessed property, it'll be about $8 a month or $93 a year. That's the impact, the increase that a taxpayer would expect to see if the levy is passed.
Some informational meetings will be set up for the public on Corvallis High School Library at 5 p.m. April 19th and again on the 26th. Gas prices stayed the same this week in Montana. Surprise, considering prices have steadily been rising each week during the past month. GasBuddy.com petroleum analyst Will Spear explains exactly where Montana prices are compared to the national average.
Well, a lot of unchanging prices is what happened at the pump last week. Right now, Montana at exactly where they were this time last week, sitting at just under $2 at $1.99. That's still a little bit cheaper, though, than the national average, about $2.05.
According to Spear, Montanans can expect prices to rise as the summer approaches.
The closer we get to Memorial Day and the summer, really the big summer driving months, we'll start to see really a big increase in the demand for gasolines. Now it's not necessarily a supply issue right now, but now the market will dictate by how much demand we're seeing. And with these low prices, we are seeing more demand. So prices will tick up later this month and into May, but not as big of jumps as we saw in March.
Spear said prices at this time a year ago were 32 cents higher than they are today. Montana State University has canceled a scheduled speech by former Navy SEAL who said he killed Osama bin Laden. The university cited unforeseen circumstances in canceling Monday's speech by Rob O'Neill, who was arrested for driving under the influence of Butte early Friday after he was found sleeping at the wheel of a running vehicle at a convenience store. The school says it'll honor its contract and pay O'Neill's $28,000 speaking fee. O'Neill has said he killed bin Laden during a raid at his Abbottabad compound in May of 2011. MSU spokesman Tracy Ellick said anyone who bought tickets would receive a refund. And finally, nothing could stop true love, or at least a good kiss, not even armed robbers. Police in Montana's largest city of Billings are looking for 3 suspects robbed a bar at gunpoint. But they didn't seem to disturb a couple who were making out through the entire commotion. An employee of the Tap Inn and several patrons told police in Billings 2 men and a woman wearing bandanas and gloves stormed the bar and casino early Monday and demanded money. Surveillance video from the business shows the bartender quickly opening the cash register, putting his hands in the air, as did other bar patrons, while the amorous couple kept hugging and kissing. The robbers left with an undisclosed amount of cash. The bartender called 911. No one was hurt. Lips are a little sore, though. News Talk time now, 6:13.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Occasional showers again today with our temperatures below normal. Daytime highs will stay in the low 50s through Friday with showers remaining in the forecast. We get a chance to dry out this weekend with sunshine and highs near 70 on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.